It's like 150 degrees in New York today, and we have a Christmas story. Anyway, well, who wouldn't want to retire by the time you're 50, right? There's a new corporate trend called phased retirement, and it's catching on. I just don't know why they've given me this story right now. They say, Neil, you ought to look at this. Anyway, employers let employees take a reduced workload and collect partial pension benefits. Well, our next guest thinks this is a brilliant idea. Kristin Bentz is a financial analyst. And, well, sure, you could say you're a long way from 50, but
says you.
How does it work?
Well, basically, and you have to kind of ask folks and ask your employer if they have these little programs available, because it's kind of America's best kept secret. You can.
Yeah, but what if the employer says, you're looking to cut back? I'll tell you how to cut back. You're cut out.
You're fired. Exactly. Well, you know, it can't get any worse than it is right now.
So I'll just say I'm not going to. Go ahead.
Pass. Basically, your employer can offer you part-time work, and you'll take a little pay cut, but then you can also get a distribution on your pension. So it's kind of a win-win for...
What does the employer get out of it?
The employer gets a happier employee, hopefully an employee that really wants to be there and isn't as stressed. As folks get older, sometimes they really can't cut a 40-hour or 80-hour work week anymore. And it lets them really enjoy the parts of their job that they love.
But if you're the boss, you're looking at a former valuable employee who's now not working as long a week and might not have the same pedal-to-the-metal mentality, right?
Well, I think a lot of folks that reach a certain age don't have the pedal.
Careful here, Sparky. No, go ahead.
Slow down, Turbo. They don't have the pedal to the metal anymore. And I think if they adjust their workload, they'll be able to enjoy the parts of their job they really love. They're happier being there, doing what they love, as opposed to being taxed with a lot of stuff just because they've raised themselves up the corporate ladder.
You know, on paper, this is a great idea because, well, I always like it when companies pursue all options but laying people off or firing, because I think that's almost like a gimme, you know? So this is an alternative around that. But do you have this middle workforce of sort of, I'm not saying zombie workers, but not really in-it workers and not really retired workers, and then there are the full-time workers who are saying, you know, Charlie, go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Well, you know, if you had your money in the market or your money with Madoff, all of us are going to be working a heck of a lot longer. And, you know, when we came up with 65 for retirement, that was what, back in the 60s, where
that's right.
Lots of folks dropped dead at 65. Well, we're all living a lot longer, and a lot of folks...
You notice the closer you get to any of those ages, they don't seem so old anymore.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Terribly, day by day.
Did you know 50 is the new 20?
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
Kristin Bentz, so you think this is going to take off?
I think it should take off again. It's about educating yourself and asking the right questions.
Very good, very good. That's interesting. Did my boss tell you to come here?
No.
No.
Actually.
All right, Roger, we're going to talk. That's all I'm saying.